Welcome back to my channel. This is the fourth video in this series. My original goal was to make 4 bowls from the trunk of the Santa Rosa plum tree I had to take out of my backyard. Only one of the blanks actually made it to being a bowl. This one. Even it has major cracks. The only reason I was able to make a bowl out of it was I didn't attempt to make the bowl deeper or to narrow the walls. I gave it to a friend of ours at church and she loves it. I'll leave a link to the description below on how this video was made. This second blank didn't have cracks in it when I started turning it, but they really showed up soon after I began roughing it out. Some of these cracks go all the way through the blank lengthwise. All I could do to salvage anything from this blank was to cut it back to the heartwood and make a pen out of it. The link to that video is also in the description. So that leaves these last 2 blanks. I thought using them to spindle turn something like bud vases or candlesticks might eliminate or reduce the cracking problems. I finally settled on candlesticks. However, even the stress of trimming them down on the bandsaw caused more cracks, or at least accentuated cracks that were already there. Maybe I wouldn't have had the crack problems if I had green turned the wood as soon as I chopped down the tree, but we will never know. I know I will never attempt to turn Santa Rosa Plum wood again. Anyway, let's get started on the candlesticks. I rounded the blank down and started rough shaping it, but the cracks still expanded and propagated. I had to stop frequently and fill the cracks again and again. This was frustrating and time-consuming. Here, I'm checking to see if the flameless candle will fit within the diameter of the blank. It's going to be tight, but it should work. Here, I'm laying out for a tenon. Since I've got the blank on the lathe with spindles, I can't just draw out the diameter by laying a pencil on the tailstock. So I measured the required diameter of the chuck jaws and transferred that measurement to my calipers. I used my Badan tool to set the depth of the tenon. About 3/4 of the width of the tool will do it. And I have the width of the tenon set on my calipers, so I'll sneak up on that carefully. Yes, I changed my shirt. It was good of you to notice. This is a different day. I had to stop and do more crack repair before I could put the tenon on. But here I am putting it on now. Now comes the artistic work. I'll put in beads and coves as I see fit. I like the artistry of this candlestick, but due to the structure of the other blank, I couldn't duplicate this design on that one. So I made the design that I could on the other blank and then transferred that to this blank. I goofed and didn't set up the camera when doing all that, but you will see the final result in the next scene. two candlesticks are supposed to be 2 bowls, but they come from Santa Rosa Plum wood, and that is extremely weak, especially in the sapwood. As I was turning, it would make cracks. I've never seen wood do that, but this did. So I filled the cracks as they appeared using sawdust from the turnings and mixed with India ink and CA glue. I have a video on that, and I'll put the description down in, I'll put the link down in the descriptions. But with all of that mess that I had, I think they still made out and are very good little candlesticks.